Now that the Christmas season is coming, what are your plans to spend Christmas with your family together, or with others who don't have family to spend it with? Well, today I'm going to show you how to make a simple Christmas tree. We're going to start with making a firm base for the tree. Then we're going to go on to choosing a garland to go around the tree. And then finally we'll make a really easy ornament to go on top. Let's get started. Alright, so we have our material. We have some garland here, some clothes hangers that we'll be taping together in a while, and some ribbon to add to the top of our Christmas tree. Okay, in order to make the frame for the tree, we're going to start by putting two coat hangers together, and you have to make sure they're the right way. That way we can have the tree the way we want it to be. Okay, so we put them together like this. I like to make this kind of pull the little hooks around this side of each coat hanger, and we'll just go ahead and add some tape. Make sure it's nice and sturdy, and if you need to add lots of tape, it's okay, as long as it stays nice and sturdy. Add some on the top and on the sides. I have my tape on the wall. And like I said, if you need to add some more to make sure it's nice and sturdy, there's no such thing as too much tape. Alright, so now you have your two pairs of frames taped together. And what we're going to do is take one of these and put it inside the other. Okay, like that. And since there's no such thing as too much tape, we'll add some more on top to make sure that they're not wobbling around. Okay, so now we're going to add our garland. I'm going to add a little piece of tape. We'll go around it a little so it'll cover the top. The tape's not going to show. Alright, so we're going to start from the top and work our way downward. And just try to make sure it might be hard on the top at first, but just try to make sure it covers up all the wiring. You don't want any of the wiring or any of the tape, especially not the tape, to show up. And make sure not to pull it too tight, because if you pull it too tight, it might pull the wiring together. Your clothes hangers. I recommend using dark wreath. I tried a light colored snow wreath. I think y'all saw it in the beginning of the video, and it didn't work too well because you could see the clothes hangers through it. But I wanted to add that frosty snow effect to it, but it didn't work. So we'll just go with this red and green wreath color. Okay. And if you want to make it look more fuller, I think you can go ahead and just add another layer on top, another layer of wreath. That way it'll make it thicker. It'll make it look nice and thick. Okay, so here's our completed Christmas tree. It's red and green. Christmas trees are generally green, but this one's green and red. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and make a little ornament for the top. Alright, so for the top, instead of a Christmas star, we're going to make something a little different. What I'm going to do is find a way to make a cross and add it to the top. So I got some gold ribbon, and I went ahead and made the vertical part of the cross, and I just bent the bottom a little. Now I'm going to make another piece to go across. And if you don't want to make the cross, that's fine. I mean, it's optional. But for demonstration purposes, I'm going to go ahead and go across. No, we need a bigger one. Good thing it was cheap. I don't have to worry about wasting too much ribbon. Okay, so all I'm doing is bending the sides. Bend both sides. Make it nice and smooth. Okay, then I'm going to add that to this piece right here. That should make the cross. I'm going to pull this bottom piece down a little so it will be longer. Maybe a little more. Yeah, that looks good. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and add some glue. And I'll have to let it sit for a while so it'll dry. Now we'll just make sure the glue is nice and dry. And we'll make sure that our cross looks good before we add it to the top. Okay, so I'm really particular about making sure the cross looks right. And there we go. Now we just need to add it to the top. Alright, so what I'm doing now for the cross, let's see, what I did was put a little bit of this wiring, a little bit of tinsel. Okay, so what I did, alright, so what I did to make the cross was I grabbed some tinsel. It's kind of like pipe cleaner. It bends and it stays the way you want it. And I went ahead and glued it onto the back of the cross. I glued it all up on the vertical side, and that way it won't be wobbly. That way it'll stay firm. And then once I got it nice and dry, this is what I have. I glued this on to the back, and this way it's not wobbly. And now what I also did was add some of it to the bottom, and what I'm going to try to do is try to stick to the tree. Alright, so I'm just going to try to make a small little hole in the tree and try to tie my cross to the coat hangers. There it is. There's my Christmas tree. Alright, so we're done with our Christmas tree. We went step by step on how to make the firm base, how to wrap it with a nice garland, and finally how to add a nice easy to make ornament on the top. And I hope this will be a nice craft for you to make with your family today and spend some time together during these holidays. And may God bless you greatly.